beautiful fans of beautiful Grignr, it is clan head Grignr herself. Grignr Gilded Axe here in Elder Kings 2. Grignr is a very simple series for a very simple people, although I would say that the Gilded Axe Grignr herself is far from simple. She is the most prolific and successful of all of the Grignr raiders. Hold on, I've got to fix my microphone. I totally forgot about that. There we go. That was almost a total disaster. I recorded a whole Reimagined episode with a broken microphone, and then it occurred to me I should probably go and fix that before I do another 30 minutes of Crusader Kings. The worst part is I didn't notice until after the Reimagined episode was all said and done, so that was a little frustrating. It's because I use a USB-powered microphone. It doesn't really matter too much. It's either for basically if the power cuts or fluctuates, it resets all my microphone settings. So I had to set that back up. Anyway, very annoying. So here we are. Grignr Gilded Axe at the age of 60. She probably hasn't got much longer of her lifespan here. Bearing in mind that I've been very reluctant to hire a court physician. We've got one right now, but they're quite expensive. She had a very high stress lifestyle. Constant breaks, constant setbacks, and then constantly, you know, taking breaks to get that under control, and then getting right back on the wagon, and getting back into strength training. And somebody did point out that it was B, in fact, in the comment section last episode, said that the entire Grignr clan is going to end up hating one another, because of course it's not only us that's getting all the stress and the mental breaks, but it's everyone else too. And one of the options when you get a mental break is to take it out on a courtier or take it out on someone else in your realm, and in this case all of the Grignr clan is going on one another. So I do agree with what the commenter said. We should probably be a little more careful with, although, hold on, we haven't been training them. Train courtiers, train men, train women is unticked. I wonder if the NPCs themselves can take that option if the circumstances are correct. So at least the way it works in CK2 behind the scenes was they would have a kind of weighted effect, an AI will do chance. So say for example the AI was, I don't know, trained in martial, it might give them a slightly more higher chance to take that decision. So maybe they've just been taking it by themselves, because we haven't been training them, and I'm pretty sure I haven't been training them. Weird. Okay, we've got to keep an eye on that then, and just make sure that not too many of our courtiers are breaking down, because of course if they get to maximum stress, they're just going to die, right? And that wouldn't be too ideal, given that right now we're kind of limited in who we can pick to be on our council. When we get a good council, the last thing we want is them training themselves to death. So, other things to talk about then. Lots of really useful comments on last episode. Demon pointed out that the reason we are getting more loot when we come back, say for example we're coming back with 100 gold and we're actually getting 125 gold, is because of the pillager trait. Oh, sorry, the plunderer, that's it. Is it plunderer? There's a perk in the plunderer tree that gives you 25% of your raid loot on top of what we would get. Let me have a look at that quickly, and let me just confirm which one that was, because someone said that was what they were confused about. Which one? Is it just land raids? Raid speed 25%. Sea raids. It's one of them anyway. Gives a small amount of extra loot on top of what we've already got. Oh, there it is. Grand Raider. Increases the loot gained by raiding by a quarter. So I presume the way that works then is when we dock, it will add 25% onto whatever we deposit. So that's kind of cool. It works quite well for us, and is certainly giving us a lot more extra gold than I realized we were even making, because of course got to include that extra 25%, right? Just as kind of head in the back of our mind there. As for other stuff, there were a lot of comments that I've gone through and hearted, which is just kind of useful stuff for me to remember, basically. What was the other one? That's right. Dear Grignr, please establish pirate realms so that you have pirate elective succession, so that the strongest Grignr inherits, not necessarily the one that's descended from the current ruling Grignr. I actually kind of like that idea. And I think that it suits this character more than any others. She's compassionate, she's cynical, she's chaste, she's quite a reserved, kind character who, you know, in the interest of being kind to her people, followed her people's traditions of raiding and bringing the loot back, and she used that to build cities and orphanages and whatever else. She did what she had to do for her people. Simultaneously, all of her children are also kind of not really suited to being great pirate leaders. I mean, we've got the impatient Grignr, who is trusting and chaste and like not really much in the way of prowess. Like this generation, okay, so this one's not too bad, but this generation in particular, although she is generous, Which again, for pirate raiders, I'm not really sure works out too well. The idea of becoming a pirate ram and being able to elect which Grignr takes over is kind of a cool idea, because it means that characters can distinguish themselves. The problem with Crusader Kings especially is that you, of course, directly want your own children to take over, right? And you kind of lose track of the whole dynasty. I'm especially guilty of that. I think that would be kind of a fun idea. So, establish a pirate realm. Change the argument to pirate. Allows us to create cadet branches. Allows raiding of foreign counties for loot. I wonder if that would just keep it enabled by default, so that we don't have to take that first perk in the Plunderer tree to go raiding. We'll have to find out. Rulers with royal court gain grandeur via raiding instead of passively via amenities. How much they gain is tied to their court's share amenities level. That's interesting. That's kind of cool. You create a new duchy title, seek a new name, and create our own flag to be flown when sailing the high sea. The amount of gold corresponds to the loot you've accumulated over the year, so we've gained 1,128 loot just from raiding. And then the Grignr fleet will gain Pirate Council elective. So we get to elect who we want to be elected, and all the vassals, as far as I recall, get to vote as well, but we have no vassals currently. So basically, it just means we get to pick the strongest Grignr to take over, and I really do kind of like that idea. So, it's 1,000 prestige, and I think we open up with that. Because I don't think any of her direct children are good enough to take over, to be honest. So I think that's kind of cool. And as you can see there, we can always abandon the piracy whenever we feel like it, so it's not like a big deal, although we do need 5,000 prestige, which, to be fair, also isn't that difficult for our character. This character picked it up, and she, again, wasn't necessarily the best pirate raider going. So who do we want to vote to be the next pirate captain? We could vote for Grignr's daughter. She is giant, and she's a drunkard. She's a tough soldier. She's a reaver. She's also greedy. Sinful to dragon cultists. Not that we really care about that, because our current character is cynical. I guess our current character would obviously vote for someone she... Oh, I mean, you could say that if she's a greedy character, she would vote for her own children, for example. Compassionate, cynical, chaste. So maybe she'd just vote for whoever can do the best for the realm. It's really hard to say, actually. Your daughter and Buccaneer. I like that one a lot. So Buccaneers are... Oh, that's just the name for knights in a pirate realm. Oh, that's really fun. That's very cool. Grignr, so this one is our direct successor. Oh, it's really hard to decide. Really, we need to pick someone based on their pirate qualities, right? So if we've got someone who's a reaver, I think they definitely deserve... they definitely deserve more of a chance here. Got to think about their age, too. Some of them are getting up there in years here. I don't really know. I don't think any of them are good candidates, to be honest. The only reason I picked Grignr's daughter is because she's giant. Which is at least something that ties her originally to... what about in terms of prowess, then? You've got 24. You have 24. You've got 33. Ooh, Grignr, well-spoken son. And he's hale. Do we like him? Yeah, we've actually got a decent opinion of him. It's second only to, like, other candidates who aren't really that good. I kind of like this guy. Maybe as a choice. And maybe, of course, our character, having seen so many of her own family members die on the battlefield, like her uncle, her aunt, maybe she wouldn't be so happy about putting her own children in charge. Maybe tie it back to the compassion. I think I'm going to vote for her cousin, Grignr the well-spoken son. I think he's a pretty good candidate. He's only an amateurish plotter, but he's got the strength. He's got the physical strength, at least. And what's his son like? Grignr, bleeder, thrifty club. That's when it starts to get a bit messy again. Whatever, we'll see it through. We'll see what happens with that one. So, lots of people have said, of course, we've got to try and bring back Atmore and culture. Totally agree. We should focus on bringing that one back fully, like resurrecting it, because right now it still counts as a dead culture, but we can bring that back. I think the way you can do it is adding a cultural native region. I think we'll probably get an option for that when we've converted it over, which won't take too long. Actually, how close are we right now? 2 years left. And then in theory, we might get an option to add this as a native region to our people, which one I think we can resurrect it, but we'll see how it goes. My steward Grignr informs me there is a desperate need of a road to reverse the magistracy of Grignr's Folly. Magistracy? Magistracy. Yeah, like a magistrate. I presume that's how that's pronounced. I don't think I've ever said that out loud before. A commoner by the name of Mirror has put forward you as the natural leader, has been put forward as the natural leader of the construction effort. Sure, that's right, we flipped over to stewardship, didn't we? Because we were pretty much done with Marshall, and at least by going into stewardship, we can spend all the loot we get to benefit the people. Okay, my steward will handle this. Do we want Grignr to do it, or shall we have... Oh no, Grignr's better. No, trust in Grignr. Yeah, let's do it. My steward will handle this, and this is also the son of the person that we are potentially going to... Well, or that we are electing as our successor, right? That's kind of cool. So people were saying that for the some family members can marry, we should, instead of arranging marriage, which is this one here, we should instead say find spouse. Because that will show us all candidates, like, throughout the world, basically. So this one here. And then maybe we can, we got an attractive person. Again, not much in the way of inheritable stuff. I think they said that was how we did it anyway. Was it find spouse? Maybe I've got that backwards. Maybe it was arrange marriage rather than find spouse. I'm not sure. It's one or the other. Well, this guy clearly isn't in our court because he's a marshal in a different round, so I guess it must be this one then. Who do we want to marry off? What's she got going for her? She just got... Whoa, what the hell happened there? I guess we'll just try and find you a good, strong candidate. Again, we're very thin on the... Shit, we are very thin on the troops, aren't we? We could marry... We could marry this guy off to a daughter. They are related, so it's getting kind of complicated here, but it would also make sense given that this guy's in line. Bear in mind, his father is due to succeed our current character. So maybe she would, you know, she'd want her family to get something going on here. The other Grignr can also be married off. We can marry her off to Alderman Jothna of the Smokefrost Peaks. That's a mare. We would get some troops with that, which I don't think is necessarily so good. Hurolf. He's homely, but is he strong, though? That's what matters. With 2 prowess, not really. Oh, God, he's pretty terrible, actually. Oh, shit. Why are all these marriage candidates just so awful? Solvar, so whatever. Solvar, fine. Okay, he's handsome. He's got good diplomacy. Maybe he's convinced our character. I don't know. It's really just scraping the barrel at this point. We could designate a guardian for little Grignr as well. Here you go. You educate this child. We can hire a court mage. Aren't they super expensive? Oh, no, not really. No, they're not bad at all. Oh, Dorothy Hatebasket. I remember you. With a name like that, how the hell could I forget? Welcome. Can she actually do any useful magical stuff, though, is probably a better question. Open spellbook. Dorothy, what can you do for me? Fuck all. Brilliant. What a good mage. She doesn't know any magic, but her heart's in the right place. We've got an active election in the Grignr fleet, and again, nobody can vote because there's only one elector, and that's us because there are no vassals. Right, let's repair this, and then I guess we'll do a little raiding. Oh, we need 12 gold to be able to do that. Fair enough. What I want to do is bolster the army a little bit, because when we die and somebody succeeds us, we're going to have to be prepared for, say, rebellions, maybe personal revolts, the usual. So I want to make sure the army is in a good place, just in case we do. Well, I mean, we've only got shit candidates, right? Finding the already completed parts of the new road immensely beneficial, the Merchant Guild in Grignr's Folly has made a donation for the sake of expanding the road further. We can either increase the road quality and the road progress, or we can pocket the cash. She would not do that. She's compassionate. She'd want to help the people, of course, so we're gonna expand out the road a little bit further. I keep telling them to go straight through the field, but Mera insists on rerouting them through the nearby woods. Grignr is visibly upset with the roadwork in Grignr's Folly. However, Mira keeps insisting on her approach. The soil in the field is uneven and not dense enough, my liege. The forest is a much better pass. If we listen to Mira, then the quality is better. And again, our character isn't particularly nepotistic. I think she'd listen to her. She does seem to know best. You know what? We're going to trust her on this one. Show compassion. It's not often a commoner addresses me directly, but Mira reports on the construction efforts in Grignr's Folly. Bloody hell, that's loud. The plan for the road was to pass through the field, my liegeness, but I know the kind of soil we're working with. Mayhaps the peasantness could request that we reroute it through the nearby forest. Didn't we already have this conversation? Oh, 50 gold, good God. Alright, fine. This better be, I don't know what the hell this is going to do for us, but it better be a nice road. This seems like quite a long event chain that might lead us to getting like at least a modifier on this province. My steward seems almost shocked. I've been inspecting the road construction in Grignr's Folly, and the peasant workers are much more efficient than I expected. Even I might learn a thing or two from them. Ah, learning from peasants, the very thought is abhorrent. Construction lessons learned does give 10% construction time, and we haven't got much time left with this character, so I'm gonna capitalize on that. Oh, sweet roll. A sweet roll trudges out of the stable, dragging her legs and hanging her head. There's no doubt my friend is sick. Second generation sweet roll at this point. Of course, we've got to try and save her. Even an unfinished highway has highway moment, it seems. Mirror has problems with supplies that never arrive and workers who are scared of leaving their village. At this rate, the road in Grignr's Folly will never be finished. That's the Grignr's Folly. Oh, wait, Grignr's Folly. Where is Grignr's Folly? That's just the name of the actual physical island? Or our duchy level title? The island is called Grignr's Fleet? Sorry, I'm very confused here. So the title is called Grignr's Fleet. The islands themselves are Grignr's Folly. Right, and then you've got Grignr City and Grignr Hall. Understandable. There's many layers deep here. Roadside patrols. Is that going to cost me money? We lose 25% levy size. Oh, I don't give a shit about that. Yeah, do it. I mean, we would do it anyway, right? Because it's the compassionate thing to do. The road in Grignr's Folly is complete. It is very functional. It does not need to be luxurious. It needs to be good enough. What do you mean? We get improved road for 30 years, giving taxes and development growth. It's not that good. But we do get the stewardship lifestyle. I wonder how we could have done that better. Because I picked all of them, the ones that gave the highest quality. And that seems to imply that maybe we did something slightly wrong. Building construction time minus 30% and holding construction time minus 30%. Be honest, that's not that useful. Time isn't the limiting factor, though. It's money. Do you think we go tax and collects tax effectiveness up 25%? As long as she's using that tax for good reasons, I don't see why that would be out of her character at all. Oh, for God's sake, Masonic dealings. Here we are. A guild of stonemasons have established itself in the magistracy of Grignr's Folly. Having dedicated craftsmen in my personal service could help the region flourish. Sure? Grignr earned me their allegiance. We've got a 25% chance of a great deal with that one. If we get Grignr to do it, it's a 33% chance. Oh, but we might lose a lot of cash doing this. 33% chance we get cooperative stonemasons for 20 years. That lowers the construction time and construction costs. And we get 20 control. It's a 50% chance we get the costs reduction at the cost of 50 gold, which was put us in debt. Ooh, go on then. Let's take the gamble. Oh my God, did he actually pull that off? We didn't lose any gold. Improved road? Oh, I don't think... Oh, shit, here we go. I inspected their records, my liege. I do believe a better deal can be struck. Oh. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Okay, so we can either take the plus 20 control, or we lose the 50 gold. I'm sorry, I can't afford the 50 gold. That's really expensive. That's very, very expensive. Okay, fine. Well, let's take this winter specialist. Hello. Are you good marriage fodder? I suppose he's better than a lot of them, though, eh? Hasn't got anything inheritable. This problem is such a small, isolated realm in the arsehole of nowhere. Oh, what are you... Madam, you seem to have left your baby behind. My daughter Grignr has given birth to a daughter. Since the little one is part of the Grignr Dynasty, she should be blessed with a good name. How about Grignr? Oh! Pretty. And Grignr. Oh, well, that's nice. Again, you seem to be... like, coddling nothing. There's no baby there. May you grow strong and wise. Or probably neither, given that the bloodline of original Grignr has very much diluted down at this point. Yeah, let's go professional workforce then. Fine. And then let's get back out there. Again, I want to make sure this army is at a decent size. We can still reinforce the bowmen. Look, we're 3 out of 5 on man-at-arms now. Oh, shit. I love the fact they're called buccaneers. That's so good. Right, hound pens constructed in Grignr's Hall. Ooh, that was the upgrade. I remember that was the upgrade for the hunting grounds, right? So a little bit more tax, some defensive advantages, that type of thing. Let's get out there. And of course, she's got to leave the troops. She's got 40 commander advantage. Bloody hell. Martial skill plus 30. Leading own soldiers never back down. Of course, Reaver 2. Well, where do we want to go then? Do we stick to the standard, relatively safe route? I suppose we probably do. Hasn't failed us so far. Ooh. Except for the fact it's already been bloody raided. Who could have done such a thing? Was that me? Should we go for Solitude? That would be good. Go for the Blue Palace. Surely they've got more troops. Oh, God, yeah, they've got a lot of troops. We could go for, like, Dawnstar. Go for the coast around Dawnstar. See what we can find. Yeah, we're not doing super well in terms of raid targets. Because Morrowind is proven to be really, really hard to get into, right? How many troops has Dawnstar possibly got? 513. That's the whole army right there. Oh! You might be a governess, but you're also a hysterical doxy. The unprovoked anger expressed by my daughter Grignr comes at a complete surprise. I would give it as good as I get, doxy. Oh, she's become rivals with her own daughter. Well, I'm glad we didn't elect her then. And yeah, look, we haven't got strength training active. I feel like they're all just stressing themselves out with the strength training. Does she have a strength training modifier? What is that? Donation gives tyranny reduction. Okay, that's good to know. Grignr can do anything he likes. Grignr don't need no smart stuff. Okay. Wow. Oh, it's probably the stress game from being a Grignr, up by 50%. Oh, no. Are you going to make them... Well, we've just wiped out all of Dawnstar's army in that fight. Sorry, again, I keep starting a point and not finishing it. Where have they come from, though? Oh, who's this? Was I looking at the wrong person? Shit, was I just looking at the... Oh, well, we're still going to win, in theory. Oh. Amidst the chaos that engulfs the Tiger of Dawnstar, I attempt to catch my bearings. Across the field, I spot Grignr desperately fighting. Dawnstar armored footmen are slowly surrounding her, her exhaustion only too clear. The glint of a spear suddenly catches my eye, and I watch as Jork, Buccaneer of Jarl Elisif, deliver the vicious death blow. I could not have saved her, but no parent should outlive their child. Jork will not get away with this! Damn you, Jork, axe-wife. Oh, we say my brave daughter. Oh, is she a vengeful type? She's not really vengeful. She's compassionate. Does it suit her character to go for revenge? I wouldn't say so. Passionate, cynical, chaste. She seems quite a reserved character in that regard. Oh, God. Well, on the plus side, Dawnstar is ripe for the picking. We've got no bloody troops left. We've just wiped them all out totally. Well, let's make sure that they pay for... Let's make sure that they pay for this. Oh, that's really sad. I'm so sorry. Are they going to try and attack us again? Oh, my God. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? The map. Spies have informed me of a hunter causing a ruckus. She drew a map of the local tundra for an unknown noblewoman. Been scheming against me or one of my subjects. How could you do this? Come on, win this battle. Oh, it's such safe raiding now. This is such safe raiding now. Big fan. Another child of our dynasty. Amazing. It's Grignr Grignason. It's getting very confusing, isn't it? Born to Grignr Grignason and Grignr Grignason. May you grow strong and wise, Grignr Grignason. May you just at least grow at this point, because your genetics are, you've come full circle, literally. The settlement of Windwood, an important... No, we've taken enough already. I mean, maybe this is the type of situation where a change of character might make sense. Maybe this is where she stops being compassionate, right? And she starts becoming bloodthirsty, vengeful. I'm not sure. But the game isn't giving us that kind of inroad. It would still stress her out too much to do that, so I just don't think it's part of who she is right now. Well, this is going to be some easy raiding for a little while then, eh? Was it worth the cost? Ooh, we became the cultural head of that Moran culture. Oh, we must have converted... Yeah, task finished, we converted it. Oh, sweet. Well, that's kind of cool. Clan head Rollard of Heljarken has announced to the world that he and his vassals have converted to Dragon Cult. Oh, sweet. Oh, well, good for you. Thank you, fella. I knew you would see the light eventually. Oh, what a kind guy. They're going to attack us again. You learn of Signy Cruel Sea's lover. Yeah, good for her. They're going to attack us again, but they're not going to stop us. Oh, shit. Another daughter wounded. Okay. Don't be too overzealous with it. It's just a wound. And she's a Grignr. They're bred for this type of thing. The stolen keg. I caught these two hiding in my pantry. A very irate cook shouts at me, dragging my ward Sorley and Grignr in tow. Grignr has stolen a whole keg of beer. Sorley tried to put it back behind herself before I noticed, but no such luck for her. You did it by yourself? That's very good of you. Sure. Keep diligent. Well done. Good work. Again, she's compassionate. She understands what it's like to be a tiny rule-breaking child, I think. Wow, we are going to be totally filled up of loot. It's a shame that we lost so many troops, otherwise this would have been slightly more lucrative, but I really can't complain, because we get the 25% on top. This is going to be like 250 gold. Eee. No! Another one?! What do I do? How do we balance this? It's not the Grignr. How do you play a Grignr while simultaneously not having the whole dynasty wiped out by raiding? I can't go into the Night Manager and say Grigners don't fight in battle. Otherwise, what are we? We're Grignr a name alone. Amidst the chaos that engulfs the glacial tundra of Kalmar, another daughter has been slain. Oh my god, highest stress level reached. Life has never been easy, but I feel the loss of my daughter Grignr has pushed me over the edge. I remember her as a baby, so tiny, so fragile. Despite that, she survived, growing up, growing older until now when she suddenly stopped. Frozen grief in the long term is super dangerous, isn't it? Shit. Massive health penalty. Oh, what do we do? Drunkard, melancholic. Moderate health penalty. She just starts to give up on life a little bit. I must press on. Maybe we do go with frozen grief. Oh my god, that battle was close. We cut our losses, we get the hell out. No! She died of old age. This is insane. I think we just lost a whole branch of the family tree. What the fuck? Every single descendant of Grignr Dragonspeaker has almost... Well, obviously not the grandchildren, but... Oh my god! And now we are Governor Grignr III? Originally from Dawnstar, this holiday celebrates the lights. Yeah, children, get some candy. Sorry, can we get our loot out of there, please? Frigging hell! Governor Grignr III. Why are we governor? We're a pirate captain. Surely we should be like swashbuckling Captain Grignr. Oh. Well, that whole dynastic branch was almost totally destroyed then. Grignr Dragonspeaker. All of his siblings are dead. His daughter is dead. 3 of her children is dead. Wow, that was insane. I don't think I've ever seen so many back-to-back deaths. 9 living members in the whole of House Grignr, son. Holy shit, we really did just prune the family tree. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Trading so many Grignr lives for this? Oh my god, and immediately... Oh shit, that's his wife. Grignr's wife, Grignr, is angry. She's lashed out. She's become his rival, so the chance of him having any kids, fairly obviously unlikely to happen. Well, at least we bought back the loot, I suppose. Piss and fuck. Okay. Wow, I don't even know where to... what the hell do I do now? This is like a nightmare situation. Wow, okay. Recruit a winter specialist, sure. Hello. Oh, madam, you seem quite good. Mabyanal Everstrong? Banyal Everstrong? Do you think the M's silent? We can marry her. We can marry her to our son, but she's 37, he's 23. That's quite the age gap. What about her? Take her as a concubine. And I think he'd be like, yeah, fine, okay, why fuck you then? Get out of here. I'll just take a concubine instead. Do it. She's a mighty warrior. Look at this. Brilliant strategist, cautious leader, 12 prowess. She's not really much, but she's lustful. And her name, more importantly, is ever strong. I like that. Wow, this has really gone to shit, hasn't it? Well, it hasn't really gone to shit, but it's a massive gamble that did not pay off. Host a feast? Call a hunt? Let's have a hunt. That seems a bit more. Okay, so who was this guy then? He is ambitious, he's calm, he's fickle. He's hard to predict. He's happy to change his mind. He's not set in his ways. That's important. He's calm. That's also very important for this character. He's not going to rush into things. He's not just going to suddenly... He's slow. He's meticulous. He's adaptable. But more importantly, he's ambitious. He puts himself above everyone else. And that's very important. Wow. So we've got like almost this long-term planner, haven't we? This is going to be a hard character to play. To, of course, play the character accurately, I think. He's also already got Schema, which is really interesting. This is a guy who wants to get power for himself. Ooh, and look. Maybe he does that by being some sort of cultural bastion, even if he doesn't necessarily mean it, even if he's just doing this to his advantage. As our realm has expanded, the center of our people has shifted to lands in which our people are unaccustomed to living. We should make an effort to instruct our people in the necessary skills of living in this strange land. Amoran culture is natives to 0 out of 4 native regions, but we can now be the natives of East Ghost, as the East Ghost Sea. Atmora is all the way on the other side of the Ghost Sea, so North Ghost to East Ghost seems pretty appropriate for Atmorans. I think we do it. 250 prestige. And that I would say is a fairly ambitious thing to do, to resurrect a dead culture. Your culture has discovered natives of East Coast. Does that mean that it's no longer... I mean, we are still the cultural head, right? Does that mean it's no longer extinct? Yeah. Oh, no. It's still dead culture. Interesting. I wonder how we get rid of that then. But there we are. Natives of East Coast is kind of cool. Whoa, okay. What does that do for us? I'm not entirely sure right now. I don't know what that would do for us being a native to this particular region, but I guess we'll wait and see, eh? So hang on. So our... Yeah, so there you go. Our culture is Atmoran. Maybe this is how he becomes more beloved, how he becomes more ambitious. We get Atmoran people in the capital, right? And we convert the capital to Dragon Cult. 21 months. That's a quick bloody turnaround, too. Wow, that wouldn't take that long at all. I guess because Nordic Pantheon... Oh, no. I guess it is the cultural aspect, right? Dragon Cult Cultural Identity plus 82. Yeah, there you go. So because we're at more and it's now super, super quick to flip it over. Fundamentalist. Grauk's learning still and the further. Yeah. Oh, and Grauk has 28 learning. Yeah, don't let me sleep on that one. Cool. Well, that's this character's motivation then. He's just going to try and be the best Grignr like no one ever was. And he's going to do that in a fairly unique way. Maybe he isn't suited to go out there and get... Well, he's pretty good at fighting. But maybe he doesn't need to go out there and get all the gold and the cash when he's so meticulous and scheming and careful. He'll just make people love him in a different way. He'll consolidate power in another way entirely. That's kind of cool. Right, we've already done this, right? Natives of Glenumbra? Hey? Oh, I think that's just saying that if we can add it to another place if we wanted to. Okay, what the hell do we do then? He's already all the way down through to Schema. I could reset the perks. We could take it all back. We could immediately go into Plunderer. I honestly, I kind of like this as a character. It's weird. It's unique. An underhanded scheming Grignr who's ended up in power. I mean, clearly it worked. The guy was playing 4D chess. I guess he'd have to adapt to learning his people's ways, though. Grignr and Plunderer is indivisible. It's a pirate realm. You just kind of have to do it at this point, right? And I think he knows, being an ambitious, fickle man, he'd be willing to change his ways to suit his people, right? Just kind of suits him. That's exactly the whole point of him being fickle. Anyway, we've managed to chase down and hunt a stag. Dorothy Hatebasket has died. Sad day for Dorothy. Did we actually get any money from that one? No, we didn't. That's unfortunate. Okay. Host a feast. Sure. Why not? He's ambitious. You've got to be higher than everyone else, of course, and we're going to do that by having a very lovely feast for the guy. Feast of the Dead. Ooh. The Nords have always been proud of the achievements of their ancestors, and East Grignr takes the highest place amongst the most revered. The people of Windhelm traditionally celebrate the Feast of the Dead in the city seat of power, the Palace of Kings, but it is a holiday celebrated throughout Skyrim. The feast is meant to celebrate Ysgramor's historical attack on Sarthal, the gathering of the 500 companions, and the elven defeat in Skyrim. During said feast, each of the names of the 500 companions of Ysgramor are recited, along with cheers and toasts to their memories. All hail the 500 companions. Maybe this is the beginning of the kind of overall goal of the dynasty, right? Ysgramor and the 500 companions were at Morin. So maybe we try and follow their footsteps. Maybe we take back the Palace of the Kings in Windhelm, which I presume has, yeah, there you go, a unique building there, cool. The barrow where Ysgramor laid rest to his beloved son. We should try and grab that and unite all of the kind of, obviously, what's it called, Jorvaska in, is that actually built here? Dragon's Reach? I guess you've got a lot of unique stuff, right? Oh, maybe, oh, no, it is there. Jorvaska, right there. I guess we try and grab that too and unite maybe a load of Atmoran important sites. Sure, that could be a fun long-term goal. Anyway, I think... Oh, no, he's... Good God! The woeful song instantly reminds me of the time my grandfather Grignr died under mysterious circumstances. Oh, no, he's so sad about Grignr the First. What? I mean, what the hell are you doing? Give me 277 out of 300 stress is maximum stress level. This guy's just immediately blown up. Oh my God. Wow, damnation, I need time to myself too. So what if I don't come to court for a few days or even a month? Ruling is my prerogative and I will exercise it or leave it at my leisure. I am the governor. I have no obligation save those I choose to keep. Oh God, is he gonna be a comfort eater? Maybe a new cloak would make me feel better. Maybe it would, because he's ambitious. Damn your petulant hides. That gives him another 111 stress. That would probably just kill him. I don't really know what to do here. I guess a new cloak, because he's ambitious. Sure. We gain the trait Profligate, which is my 10% to our monthly income. Granted, a lot of our income's coming from raiding, right? Shit. Wow. I mean, Grignr the First was a very important man, but that's a little crazy. Let's leave it there for today. It's a whole new era. Again, we've had Golden Grignr, gilding the realm, building cities and orphanages, and now we have a man who's only out for himself. So it's completely flipped it over. I like that. I think that's kind of a fun change of pace. Let's see what we can do with him. Come back tomorrow.